Y'all know BC, anything for Clarence don't make sense. I'm gonna be reviewing this story about a Kentucky mom that executed her 2 sons. Beautiful babies, as you can see on that screen right now. Now, they're in the works of a plea deal. I don't know who the hell will offer her a plea deal, but something literally got to be wrong with you as well. But just looking into this story and how diabolical it is, because I have children myself, and it's just scary. Let's look into the story.
A mom accused of shooting her own sons inside of her Kentucky home could be offered a plea deal. We're going to break down these latest details in the Tiffany Lucas case. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. We have been closely following the case of Tiffany Lucas as it makes its way through the court system in Kentucky. And now we have learned that a plea deal could possibly be on the table in this absolutely horrific case. The 32-year-old woman, Miss Lucas, is accused of shooting her 2 sons, 6-year-old Maurice Baker Jr. and 9-year-old Jaden Howard, to death inside of their Bullitt County home out in Kentucky this last November. And you know what makes this just so incredibly eerie and chilling is that just days before this, Lucas had seemingly posted photos of herself and the half-brothers in Star Wars costumes for Halloween, smiling, none the wiser. But on the day in question, first responders found Lucas outside in the driveway. That's the allegation. The 2 boys were found in a bedroom, both shot in the head. They were rushed to a children's hospital. They both died. Lucas allegedly told police that the shooting was an accident, that she said someone had given her a gun, but said she would never have done something like this unless someone, quote, manipulated her, and that she was in, quote, such a bad spot. Detectives said Lucas made statements that she was being manipulated through Facebook, through the internet, or through Wi-Fi. Lucas was arrested. She was charged with murder. She's been in jail ever since on a $2 million bond.
I just want to stop right there. Mental health is real, but also is demonic possession. A city with no walls is what's considered when a man loses the will of his own soul. And this is a prime example of an individual who has serious mental health issues, who has innate just confusion going on. And when you lead down that path all the way to Wonderland, where you just delusional as hell and you just making up shit, this is a problem. This is where I cross the line, because let me tell you something. I have children myself, and if I ever run into a person like this that would do something like that, they ass would not be getting any deal whatsoever. They will be under the jail until the death penalty. This is just disgusting. Why would you even think about giving them a deal in the first place? Another thing, where's the fathers? That's why you got to be so careful who you procreate with. Not only that, stop leaving individuals like this to their own devices. This is quite disturbing, man.
In fact, when this first happened and we were piecing together the shooting and we didn't have all the details, I had the opportunity to interview from the Bullitt County Sheriff's Office Chief Deputy Colonel Alex Payne. And I always go back to this, and I'm always reminded about this, because listen to what he had to say.
There were statements evidently that were made there on scene. As to our recollection right now, the individual that is responsible basically went next door to a neighbor's house and was eventually, there was a husband and a wife there, and she was actually in their driveway, laying down in their driveway when they came across her. And, the husband ended up going inside the house, locating the boys, and immediately coming out and calling 911. And that's when the police and EMS response occurred. I can tell you that the boys were shot in an area that would not be survivable for anybody.
How do you accidentally shoot someone in the head and then shoot another person in the head, especially children? That's what the Bible says. If anyone offend these little ones, it'd be better if a millstone was wrapped around your neck and you was thrown into the depths of the sea and you drowned. That'd be a better outcome for you. This is really sick. I just can't even fathom who would do something this disgusting and diabolical and insidious. Man, I tell you, man, people got to do way better. You got to do better, man. You got to do better. This is just disgusting, man. Nasty.
However, they were alive, to the best of our knowledge, when they were trans.
Look how beautiful those babies are. Look how beautiful they are. Full of life. And somebody can take their life on Facebook, blame it on social media. That's why it's imperative to get your spirit in check. If you out there, you going through mental illness or have some type of psychological breakdown, get closer to God. Get closer to spirituality. Start having some obedience about yourself. You need to separate from anyone or groups that's going to potentially, remember, evil communication corrupt good morals. This is really sad to me. It's disgusting. Let's go into the stepmother speaking on it about the situation here.
Case.
They were the sweetest little boys. They were so polite. They were happy. They did both love playing the video games and stuff like that. Little Reese, we called him Little Reese. He loved playing soccer and loved playing outside and riding his bike and stuff like that. They were great little boys. Like, I don't understand how someone, like, just even knowing them could do something like that. A lot of people see the social media side of her, and that's just the social media side. It's not really how she was, off the camera, versus how, like, a personal relationship you would see her really act or see the crazy side of her. They were taken away. She tested positive for drugs. And
Look at that. A drug abuser, right? The state failed these kids because they did the right thing at first by taking the kids away. You allowed her to retrieve them. See, this is where you have to draw the line. This is where new policy and procedures need to be put in place when it comes down to these situations, because this happens way too often. They need to switch it up. We can't no longer be allowing things like this to persist. Diabolical is nasty work. And when you truly look at it, it does nobody no good. I want to pull up. There's another part of this because I'm curious about where the father's at. I'm just really curious about where are the fathers, because they were half brothers, right? That means that somebody impregnated this woman. It's like y'all got to be careful who you spreading your seed with. Dang, man. It's like you got to be careful who you spreading your seed with, because if things like this is occurring, then you got to realize something. It's because there's no protectors in the home. This woman is not protecting anyone. Let me see right here.
5 o'clock, more details on the disturbing case out of Shepherdsville. The mother accused of killing her two boys in Bullitt County, Tiffany Lucas, appeared in court today. And a detective from the sheriff's office shared new details. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shay McAllister.
And I'm Doug Profit. Today in court, it was revealed she told detectives the shooting was an accident. She's charged with the murder of her two.
Shoot their brother.
Yeah.
How do you do that? It's no.
There's no
we're
accident.
not accepting that.
It's not mental illness. She knew what she did.
She had options.
Bullitt County Sheriff's Detective Richard Beal testifies inside. He interviewed Tiffany Lucas, the mother accused in the murder of her boys, 6-year-old Maurice and 9-year-old Jaden.
I asked Miss Lucas if she meant to hurt her children. She indicated that it was an accident.
You don't accidentally do something like that. And what's interesting about the situation, I don't see no men or dare to literally fight for justice, because they have fathers. I don't know who these men are, but to me, it's just a bad example being set here, and it shows a masculine figure is not around in order to make sure these kids were protected, make sure nothing occurred. That when she got the kids taken from her, they should have went to their fathers. And now we have a situation where an individual had sole custody and was able to do what the heck they wanted to do, and nobody truly stepped up. That was a man in this position. And that is sad to me, man. Y'all got to understand something. This day and age, I know a lot of people want to fornicate, commit adultery. I know a lot of people want to have that party life and that nonsense, but understand a lot of kids are being born out of wedlock, and it's causing a lot of confusion. It's causing a lot of people literally giving in to the worldly things around them and vanity. And people are going astray because there's no structure, there's no morals. And we have to do better as a people. This is diabolical, nasty work. And I truly wish that people out there, if you have kids, please, men, us men, we got to do better. I have children myself, and I'm telling you, step up for your children, protect your children. Don't allow society, don't allow people and your emotions to get involved to separate you from your children. Fight for them every waking moment because you never know. You just never know. I'm done with this.